today.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And a look here at the veteran under center, their seventh-year quarterback.
Well, the silver lining from last week, he played phenomenally, kept the ball clean, and led them to the end zone several times. You know these NFL quarterbacks, though, they trade away all those touchdowns if it meant getting the win. That's his focus this week.
Now a play fake here on first down. And incomplete to open things up.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And it's knocked away and incomplete. You look at this Niner defense. They were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
Yeah, they pitched a shutout in that game, didn't they? And those don't come around all that often in the NFL. The ability to keep someone out of the end zone and also from kicking one through the post. Well done.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Fourth down, so Jake Camarda is out there. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And they'll be led out by their 9th-year quarterback.
And he's certainly putting together an MVP-type season, leading the league in both passing yards and touchdown passes. There have not been too many defenses that have been able to stop him or even slow him down. So he's got his sights set on another big game right here.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. So, Charles, you talk about this offense, how well they've played. I mean, the defense, too, really. But they're sitting at 10-0 now on the year. 4-0, 5-0, that's nice. But once you start hitting double digits with these wins and no losses, I think the seriousness of the situation, it just has to ramp up.
Yeah, and when you do say 10-0, it can't scare you as a team. Just think about it this way. For most of the year, they've been playing to win their division and get to the playoffs. Now the playoffs are just about a foregone conclusion. So now they have to down-focus their thoughts about getting home field advantage and finishing unbeaten, and they need to make sure they keep it in that order.
Purdy bootlegging it. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Here's Purdy now on 3rd and goal. That is caught, and all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a first down. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Christian McCaffrey, his 16th rushing touchdown on the year. And the 49ers are on the board first here this afternoon. Moody good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And, Charles, you look at these two teams, and these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got two division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And London motioning left. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now. He'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Will go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ball on the 27. Here's a 2nd down and 4. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll drop to throw. And I don't think he got there. No. He's short by maybe a foot. Maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the first down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet.
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
Purdy off the play fake. This will be caught at Samuel. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there at 22. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a give right side McCaffrey. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Now a 2nd and 2. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line. Second down and 6 now. And here's a handoff out of the gun. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Not a big run, not an explosive run, but they've held the ball for plenty of plays on this drive. They're just trying to impose their will on the defense right now.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Throwing here, Purdy. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Niners are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Brandon Ayuk with his 16th touchdown of the year. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Moody good with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was Brandon Ayuk capping it off with a touchdown reception. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. And it's intercepted. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Well, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Tyrell Dodson, the one to bring him down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he is going to have the Niners first down. They only needed 1, but it ends up being a gain of 6 and moves the chains. This time they'll throw it. Here's Purdy. That's complete right around the 8. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Facing a 2nd and 6 from the 8. Purdy will set up to throw it here. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Purdy. And he comes back with 1 complete. And he'll be tackled after a gain of 4. Still 3 yards short. 4th down. So Purdy off and Moody on for the 49er field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And this time they'll just keep this on the ground. So we have passed the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well, as we are back and started in the 2nd half. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. That often runs you into a penalty.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold them to a 2-yard run. But I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run. One that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
Purdy's throw pulled in by Kittle. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. A gain there of 21 yards. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw, Purdy. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5. Now a run with McCaffrey. And he'll work down inside the 45. A brief pause in the action here as they tend to an injury. That's George Kittle shaken up on that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 7. Here's Purdy. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 27-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. On the ground, McCaffrey. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up third down. Purdy looking to throw. Throw left side, taken in by Meredith. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Deebo Samuel, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Moody good with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Open man downfield is Davis. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 41 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 18 more yards there and another first down. They'll set up to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down.
Check. Mike 53.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he bats it away. And it falls down incomplete.
He's second in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays the game with great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Purdy now to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That's a first down and then some. A 32-yard pickup. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Purdy. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though.
He's got a man, complete. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Brandon Ayuk, his 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Niners add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. They're going to look to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Second and 10. Looking to throw. He's got his man, London, right side. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 44-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. They'll look to throw here. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. The offense on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He did his best to just get... out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
Looking there for Pitts, but intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner.
Then he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line.
Well, I guess an interception at this point on fourth down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he could do there, and he winds up giving the ball away.
On first down, it's Purdy. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk.
And this is caught inside the 5.
And he will step out of bounds all the way down at the 5-yard line.
A big play there for the Niners. 44 yards.
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass.
Back to throw. Purdy to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things.
Touchdown, 49ers. A 5-yard touchdown.
And the Niners have 11-0 in their sights as they add on to their lead. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all three phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's second down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Back to throw again. And bringing it in, it's Davis. And down inside the 15 he goes. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
They'll look to throw again.
Targeting Pitts on the out route, and he's got it complete.
And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6.
From the 6 now on 2nd and 3.
Back to throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. And that is caught. It's Davis. And they will get to him at the 7 and stop him short of the first down marker. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that is caught. Now they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that will cut this lead down to 25. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
And San Francisco gets set to go here.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pull it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
And he's knocked to the turf right there at the 46-yard line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. That one looks like he'll throw here. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Throwing on 2nd and long.
Purdy. Ayuk bringing it in on the crossing route here.
Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
On 1st down, Purdy. And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
4th down try. Here's Purdy.
A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. So the victory here for San Francisco, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Niners, the perfect season remains intact as they move to 11-0 on the year.